All right, this is a quick case study. 2018 Infiniti Q50. Customer said that the car was starting fine until they had an electrical guy do some work here. They painted, put the bumper on, everything, and then the car wouldn't start after that. When I came and checked the car, there was no comms. I couldn't communicate with almost anything in the car. Only I believe the TCM and one other module, the audio control, audio video module. So I began disconnecting things. I checked the CAN bus signal, and this car has a 3-channel gateway. It's actually under the dash. I'm gonna show you here in a minute. It's like basically right here. I removed the plugs from the way I'd have to show you how it's mapped out, but basically the DLC connects into that gateway, and the gateway then branches out to different parts of the CAN bus on the car. I had to remove the bumper so I could look at what was done, and I saw basically a big mess here. If you can look, they did some kind of splices here. This was connected like this. This looks like it was original connection. And these are the colors, by the way, for the CAN bus on this car, Nissan. So it's the blue and the pink. And as you can see, these colors, and look at the work that was done here. When they removed the bumper, I unplugged this. As soon as I unplugged this, I was able to communicate with all of the modules on the car, except for the BCM, because when I was doing testing, I originally thought it might have been an issue with the BCM. So I actually cut the wires on the CAN bus to the BCM, which is here. As you can see, they're cut. And so I turned the car off because I was like, okay, I found the problem. I'm about to start it. So I came here, connected the wires. Oh, there's also another issue on this side too. Anyway, I connected the wires and went to turn on the car and lost communication again with almost all the modules, with that same plug in the front disconnected. So also there's another issue. There's a line that runs here, which is basically this wire harness you see right here, that connects into here. The main harness connects the BCM, and also there's a audio Bose noise canceling unit that's right back here somewhere. It connects that, and I think there's also a junction block back there. Anyway, when the harness is connected here, the main harness that connects this to the CAN bus, to the rest of the car, it takes down the network as well. So that's also what made me suspect the BCM. I disconnected the BCM, and ran my communications, my scanner directly to the CAN bus on the BCM, and I could communicate fine with the BCM. So that ruled out the BCM as being an issue. So the problem is somewhere on this. So I actually went and disconnected the audio unit back here in the trunk, and still, when I connect this portion to the network, it brings everything down. So there's something else on this, which I'm going to tackle last. The first thing I'm going to do is find out what's going on the CAN bus. And here's what the readings are, by the way. It's showing CAN high shows about 2.5 volts, and CAN low was like half a volt. So obviously that was the problem why I was having communication problems. I'm going to show you. So I've got this is hooked up. This is actually a plug from the gateway, and I'm tapped in to the first leg of that network, the first network, and this should be the CAN high. Right now it's showing 1.2, and that's CAN low. And look at that. You see that? Now I went through on this fuse panel on the back, and I pulled this, which a lot of modules go through, like the seat, various internal things right here, and I tested them all, and directly, I checked their voltages and they were fine. There's some more that connect into the back of the fuse box, and I pulled them, and once I pulled them, I got my CAN bus back up to normal. And the main one, the culprit, was, I believe, these two. So right now as you can see that, how that looks. Um, yeah, actually it was like that. I've got the connector loose. Now, as I pull that top connector out, watch what happens. You see that? Comes back to normal. The network comes back to normal. So now I'm gonna continue this video. I'm gonna check all these wires here. This is the culprit right now at the top, and find out what circuits, where this communication lines come from. And also this one, I believe, is also acting up, and I will update you guys. I found something else here in front. I gotta look at what this junction connector is for. As you can see, it's got a pink, light blue, and blue. That looks like comms wires, but I'm not sure it actually is. It might be something else. But on this side, the pink is corroded off with the blue crusties, and the light blue is busted in there. You see that? It's gone. So that's something I gotta fix. It goes to here. It might be something not so important that might not be causing an issue. So, but it's just something I gotta keep in mind, you know. All right, we're back here with the diagram. This is the pinout for the fuse box, and just so you know, that's the model of the Infiniti we're working on. These are the two connectors that was giving us issues when we plugged in and bringing down the CAN network. A little bit of research, and E64, which was the bigger connector, is for the, one second, went over to the CAN wiring diagram. So we got E64 right here, and that goes to the IPDM. And the funny thing is, at one point I communicated with all of these. So I had communication with the IPDM perfect and everything. And E65, as you can see right here, it has two devices on it. One of them is the TCM transmission, and I believe that's the connector that's in the front of the car, E10, that was spliced and whatnot, I believe. And the other thing on E65, there's an E65 right here, is the ABS. And I communicated with the ABS before as well. But right now, both of these connectors, E65 and E64, once plugs in, brings down the network. So what I'm going to do tomorrow is disconnect ABS, also IPDM, and do a test on those wires and see if there's some kind of a short to ground or something of that nature, which I feel most likely it's going to be, because this car was in an accident on the driver's side, and you saw all the damage. Yeah, so this is the IPDM under the hood fuse box. This is the one we're going to target, and apparently it's at this connector, pretty much near the middle. That's E121, and looks like we're going to need pins. Yeah, E121, we're going to need pins 28 and 29. Those are the CAN pins, so we're going to test those out tomorrow and find out if those lines are good or bad. Here we are in that connector, E121 and 28 and 29. Those are our two pins right there. Yeah, so also going to test at the ABS module. I'm going to test these two pins as well, 15 and 25. Make sure there's not any kind of short to ground or anything as well. So yeah, this car has been to like 3 different shops, and nobody's been able to fix it. I feel like tomorrow I'm probably going to end up starting this car once I test these wires. Well, I'll give you all an update. Yeah, I forgot to add, I did a scan. I connected this gateway back up, 3-channel gateway. I was tapped in to doing my test. I was tapped into pins 1 and 2, the pink and blue here, and that went to right here on the driver's side fuse box. It's a connector on the front, and that of course bridges to all these different, devices on the CAN network. Well, I connected this whole connector back up, minus of course E64 and E65, which was breaking down the CAN network, and I connected this back to the gateway, and of course my scanner's connected here to diagnostics, scan and low, which is separated on the gateway. So you got to be careful too, because you might have some good readings here at the DLC. Well, where's the DLC? It's somewhere down here. Whatever. Anyway, you might have some good readings at the DLC, but that does not tell you, because you're using the gateway, that doesn't tell you that somewhere else on the CAN network could be. Also, since I connected back up, I did a scan. I connected my scanner to the DLC, and I was able to communicate with all the modules except for, of course, the ones that were disconnected, which were bringing down the network, which was the IPDM transmission control module, and the what was this one down here, ABS module. But like I said, I communicated to all of these before, so it's very strange. Let's find out what happens.